Good day, students. Let's talk about arrays, which is our topic for week 5. The discussion will be done on the Practical 1 document, which you'll find in the week 5 folder. The document is open in front of you. It starts with the question, what is an array? In your 2 textbooks, Beginning C, page 187, and Structured Programming, page 73, you can find a discussion on what is an array and why we use arrays. Briefly, an array is one memory space or one space that we declare that can hold a collection of elements of the same data type. For example, in front of you here, you can see array marks. It's an array that is declared to keep the marks of 10 students, for example. So it has one name and it has different spaces where you can put elements of the same data type, starting with an index of 0 for the first element, following on to that index 1 for the next element, and so on, up to index 9 for the 10th element. In the C family, programming language family, C, C++, Java, all arrays start at index value 0. So the first element that you put into the array will be placed in position 0 in the array. Other programming languages such as Delphi, you can have different starting values, even a negative value in Delphi, but in the C family programming languages, it's always position 0 for the first element. Alright, if we look at some questions below the diagram that you see in front of you, it says there, what is the name of the array? We normally use the prefix ARR to indicate that this is an array, and then that is followed by a descriptive name of the content of the array. The ARR just makes it easy if you've got a lot of instructions or code to go through and you see ARR, you immediately know that those variables refer to arrays. So just to make your program more readable and understandable to other programmers, which is a very important aspect of programming. You don't code for yourself. You code normally as part of a team, and always keep that in mind in your coding. Alright, the second question is, how many elements does this array contain or consist of? You can see there 10 elements. Even though there are 10 elements, remember, it starts at index 0, so the 10th element will be index number 9 in this example. What is the data type? As you can see, it's all integers, and that's a feature of an array. It will hold the same data type, the entire array. Alright, so then some questions here to show you how you refer to individual elements in an array. It says, what will be displayed by each of the following statements? Number A, if you say array marks element index 3 or element number 3. So the index is 3. It will go to index value 3. Note the square brackets that you use to refer to one of the elements in the array. So it's index 3. So it will display the value of 60. Number B, display the content of index 2 in the array marks array plus the content of index number 6. So index 2 is 64. So add to that whatever you have in index number 6, which is 80. So the two values will be added and you get a result of 144. Number C, display the content of array marks element 5 plus 3. If the calculation is done inside the square brackets, you first have to do the calculation, which is 5 plus 3 gives you 8. Then you go to index number 8, which is the 84. So that is the value that will be displayed. Number D, go to array marks index 4 first get that value, which is 72, then plus 5, because the plus 5 is outside the square brackets. First get the element, which is 72, and then add the 5, which will give you a result of 77 that will be displayed. Number E, array marks index 6. So you go to index number 6, which will give you 80. Then subtract from that whatever you have in index 6 minus 6. So because the calculation is inside the square brackets, first do that calculation, which will give you 0. So the reference is to index value 0, which is 70. So it's 80, index 6, and subtract from that whatever you have in index 0, which will give you a result of 10. So that is the basics of an array, how you refer to individual elements. So in the next video, let's look at how you declare arrays and how you populate arrays.